Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. This is our first Friday bar workout in quarantine, and I'm really excited to bring this workout to you this morning. It's gonna feel so good to get the body moving and get energized for a productive day. I'll give everyone just a moment here to hop on. And for today's workout, we will be using light hand weights, a chair, and a yoga mat. So I've got my chair nearby. And for your hand weights, those are optional. You can go 2 or 3 pounds. I don't recommend heavier unless you need to. Then you can always lower the reps. And maybe some water, and we'll be ready to get started in just a moment. Hey Cindy, good morning. Thanks for joining. We're setting up for our bar workout. It's total body head to toe. We have some nice cardio warm up, some toning, of course some ballet work, and a nice stretch at the end. And we're going to try to wrap everything in 50 minutes today so that we have time to transition between live classes. Hey Janine, good morning, happy Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and hop back on my mat. Also a hello to anyone who may be catching the replay or working out with us after the fact this weekend. Hi Jacqueline. What I'd like you to do is step onto your mat, and we're gonna start in our mountain pose for just a moment here. So grounding into the mat, maybe moving your weight forward and back or side to side, floating the shoulders down and back, the eyes gently closing. And let's take a moment here to connect with your breath, setting an intention for your workout this morning and for your day so that you can be a blessing to yourself and to others. Maybe hands come to heart center as that intention comes forward. It may be resilience, generosity, peace, or playfulness. And after you've set that intention, let's take 3 big inhales up. So we're going to soften the knees, send those arms up with a nice inhale, fingers touching overhead, and then arms slowly floating down with your exhale. Let's take 3 breaths like this. And 2. And 1. And then we're going to get things moving with a step side to side, setting up for our skaters here at the start for our first little burst of cardio. So let's start out. Let me make sure you can see my mat here. Apologies. So we're going to start out by bringing the hands on the hips and taking big steps side to side. And bring that foot just behind as you step. Moving right to left. If you're comfortable here, maybe the arms come out so that we can engage all 4 limbs. Moving right and left. And from here, we're ready to transition into our skater. So we bring the opposite hand down towards the foot, and deepen that bend in the leg. Moving slowly side to side. And then if you'd like, maybe picking up the pace a little. You can hop or keep it low impact. We have 6 more each side. This is 6 and 5 and 4 and 3. 2 more. And 1. Now we're coming with our feet in first position. So bring the heels together, glue those inner thighs, arms come forward and open. Now we're sending the right leg forward in a tendu. The heel is lifted, the leg is strong. Then we bring opposite hand towards the heel and back up. Repeat on the other side. So we're moving right and left, right and left. 6 more each side, and 5, and 4. Keep breathing. One more, and then we can continue at this pace or move into double time. Up to you. Last one. Keep the body moving. Maybe pump the arms and march in place. And we're opening to a nice second position here. Feet are 45 degrees. Imagine that your back is pressed up against a wall. Tuck the tail a little here. And send those arms forward, open side. We're gonna pulse here for 16 and then move into a little oblique work. So we pulse, and 2, 3, and 4. 8 more for me. 6 and 5, 4 and 3. Elbows lifted. Now we bring those fingers, the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers. Straighten the legs for a minute. Shift those hips side to side. Now we're taking a plie down and holding. Remember to tuck the tail. Right elbow towards the right knee. Left elbow towards the left knee. Engage those obliques. Moving with intention. Pausing at the top. Keep breathing. We're halfway there. 4 more each side. And 1. Release the arms, straighten the legs. Heel toe in, and let's find your first position. Hug a beach ball here in the front. And then we're going to rotate the upper body, opening behind right and left. Feeling a stretch in the upper body, chest and arms, while building strength in the arms. Two more each side. And 1. Good work. Let's bring the feet parallel and roll those shoulders back for 8, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's reverse. Big circles forward. Take your time. Four and 3. Hey, Pat, I didn't know if you were with us. Thanks for joining. Loose with the upper body. Let's bring the right ear towards the right shoulder for just a moment here. Back up, and left ear to left shoulder. Bring that chin towards the chest if it's comfortable for you. Hand back up. Now for our next cardio burst here, we have our ballet down and ups, or you can do some standing crunches. So So depending on how your shoulders and neck feel, you can interlace the hands and bring opposite elbow to knee, right and left, or send those arms up. These are just some modifications for those who aren't game for the down and ups today. But I'm going to turn to my side and demonstrate the ballet down and ups. So my feet are about as wide as the mat. I'm going to bend the knees and lower the palms down onto the mat. Then I'm stepping back into a high plank, right and left. Hold the plank for a moment, shoulders over the wrists. Then we bring the right foot and the left foot back, and arms come overhead. Maybe you take a releve. See how your balance is today. And we're going to do 10 down and ups or those standing crunches. Find your form and get ready here. Remember, you do have options. And let's start with 10. Step it back. I want you to hold that plank for a moment. And up. 9. Remember to build some heat in that plank. Don't rush it. This is 8. And 7. 6 more. Hold. Balance is different every day. We're halfway there. 5. And 4. Three more for me. And 2. Last one. Hold that plank and step it back up. Turn to face me. Your chair is nearby. Taking a few hip circles here. So from first position, outside arm goes up, tall posture. Lift that outside foot, big circles back. 4 more. Turn and repeat on the other side. Circling back, 8. This is 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Move your chair out of the way. And we have our second set of down and ups. Now you can keep that same pace or pick it up to dial up the cardio. You have 10 or some modified standing crunches. Let's see if you can up the pace, but keep your form strong. Whenever you're ready, take a breath, and let's go. This is 10, and 9, and 8, and 7. You've got it. 6 more, and 5. Your last 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. Such good work. And we're going to reverse the circle. So we went back. This time we're going to circle forward. Outside arm up. Building strength, or hand on the hip. Big circles forward. This is 4, and 3. Other side, circling forward. good. Make a little room here. So you'll move the chair for just a moment. We're gonna inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward for me. Hey, Davida. I just saw your name pop up. Grabbing opposite elbows. Taking little ragdoll twists. Let's inhale, halfway lift, hands on the front of the legs or on the thighs. Let's not lock those knees. One more fold, reaching down towards your mat. Root to rise, bending the knees. Arms coming out to your sides and to heart center. Now we have some side lunges. You will want to grab a light hand weight. Keep in mind it's optional. I know one of you has a sensitive neck today, so you may want to skip the weights on this sequence. But what we're going to do is take the legs wide and your toes are pointing towards me, so we're not at 45 degrees. Your feet are pointed towards me. We've got one hand on the hip, and we're gonna reach that weight up at a diagonal, and then we're bringing the opposite hand towards the opposite foot in the front. Down and back up. We have 8 like this, and 7, and 6, you've got it. Feel that resistance, whether you have your weight or not. Most of the weight's in the heel. Give me 3 more. And 2. And 1. Now we're adding on here something new today. So let's set the weight down. Still reaching with that arm. So the opposite hand comes down towards the foot. Then we press off and lift the leg and extend the arm. So we reach down and press and lift. Across and lift. Across and lift. 4. Let's do 8 more. I know you're feeling a little heat. And 7, 6, and 5. Last 4. And 1. Take a moment. Let's keep those feet moving. As we bring the weight into the opposite hand. Feet are still wide. Toes facing me. And we reach and then come down to that opposite foot, sinking the weight back into the heel. We have 8 and 7 . 4 more. Set the weight down, working that same side. The arm reaches up, down towards the opposite foot. We spring up and lift. We have 16 and 15. Just 10 more. Feeling graceful. And 6. Last one. Keep those feet moving for me. We're going to interlace the arms overhead. Soften the knees a little. Keep the thumb and finger pointers extended. Take a side bend over to the right. Keep your heart open to me. Nice big breath. Other way. And back up. Maybe get a sip of water. Then we're moving into a quick circuit with our hand weights and then onto some bar work. So we are looking pretty good on time. You'll want your second dumbbell. And let's start with some bicep balance work. So bring the feet parallel. There's a dollar bill between the feet. Place all 10 toes on the mat. And then tuck the arms in, elbows near the waist. What we're gonna do is put most of the weight in the left foot and see if we can tap those right toes in front of us on the mat, or maybe lift that foot just a few inches up as we curl. 2, 3, and 4. 12 more here, nice and slow. Last 8, maybe lift that leg and foot higher. This is 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Set the foot down, and we're going to repeat on the other side. Your balance can be pretty different from one side to the other, so you can always place that ball of the foot down if you need some more support today. First 8. Two more. Now let's get that leg higher. Flex the foot. 8 and 7. 4 more for your biceps and your balance. 2 and 1. Set that foot down. Kick it out. We're moving on to our triceps. And I want to be careful with your neck and shoulders today, and always. So we're going to come into a chair pose. The arms are away and the palms are away. Now I'm doing these weightless because I just have my 5-pound dumbbells in here and don't want to overdo it today. Wherever you are, let's find that chair. Wiggle the toes. Weight in the heels, then bring the belly button towards the spine. And if you're holding your weights or not, we're going to pulse. 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8 more. And come up, roll the shoulders down and back. Fluid with the upper body. We're moving into some chest work, and then we'll take one more set for our biceps. So just a tiny hinge forward here, not your chair. And we bend the elbows, palms come close to one another. Belly button towards the spine. We're going to open. The hands don't go beyond the shoulders, and back down. You may want to drop your weights for this. You've got plenty of resistance happening. And we have 4 or 8 more, listening to your body. Last 4 or rest. Come on up, roll those shoulders down and back. Little move side to side. And we're finishing with our triceps. So we're going back into that chair. Arms extending, palms away. Belly button to spine, and we lift. 2, 3 and 4. 8 more. Last 4. 3, 2, and 1. Roll the shoulders. Shifting side to side. Very good, and we're going to set those weights down as we move on to some kicks and releves. So set your weights down. Come back onto your mat. I like the feet a little wider than hip distance here, and the arms are coming forward and out to the side. I've got my palms down because what we're going to do is reach opposite hand to foot in the front, and we're starting with a flexed foot. Reaching for those toes. And 7, 6, and 5. 4 more each side. And we'll continue, but now we're pointing the foot. And 2, 3, and 4. Take a moment, shift those hips, and we're finishing with a single, single, and double. So bring those arms out, palms down. Let's point the feet as we work single, single, and double. Give me 8 sets. And 7. And 6. Working the core as well. 5 more. And 4. Arms are getting tired. Good work. 3. And 2. Last one. And maybe one more if I shortened it for us. My mistake. Very good. Roll those shoulders back. And we're going to stretch the arms a little. Right arm comes across the front of the neck. Pat yourself on the back. And breathe. Other side. Now we're going to spread our wings nice and wide open, the heart, lift the chin. Then crossing right under left. Give yourself a big hug and maybe lower the chin down. Grabbing those shoulder blades. As we slowly release, open the heart again. Other side. And open and relax. We're moving on to our releves. Just checking the time here for us. And today for our releves, we're going to face our chair. Straighten out my mat here. So we're going to start out facing the chair, and we're bringing the feet parallel to begin, pressing and lifting alternate heels. Two more times each side, and 1. And we're coming into first position, and we're going to roll the feet a little. So we plie down, heels come up, straighten the legs, and lower the heels. Plie down, heels come up, straighten, and lower. We have 6 more like this, rolling through the feet. And down. Now we're working from first position. And we're working in sets 3 sets of 8. We have a nice sequence plan today. Soften those shoulders, lengthen through the spine. Arms can come overhead by your hips or on your chair. We lift 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Second set. And our third set. 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. I want you to come up and hold that releve. Walk those heels together till they make contact. The knees are open. And we're going to pulse. And 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. 2 more sets of 8. This is a push. Are your heels touching? 8, and 7, 6, and 5, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Lower down. Maybe step it out. And if you have a secure chair, countertop, or surface, let's open to second position. We're going to take a nice deep plie and spring up into a passe, alternating sides. So it looks like this. Nice plie, spring up into your passe. Plie down, passe other side. We have 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4 more each side. Light on the feet. And 2, and 1. Back to your second position. Feet are wide. We're finishing with some pulses. What I want you to do is plie down, lift the heels. Little pulses. 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Second set. And third set. Heels come down, heel toe in, and we're ready for a nice stretch here. Step that outside leg back till the heel comes down and the knee in the front bends a little. Feel a stretch up the back of that leg and breathe. Other side. Facing me. Inhale up. Swan dive forward. Good work. Hanging here. And back up. Now for our bar work, let's start with your right side in first position. And we're going to work on a curtsy lunge to a passe on this right side, then moving into some pulses and holds, right and then left. And then we're down on the mat for some more leg work, our core, and a nice stretch. So stay with me here. You've already done such a good job. Bring that outside arm up or hand on the hip And we're stepping that outside leg back to a curtsy. Now when you're in your curtsy, keep those hips square to me. Nice turnout on that front foot. And see if you can bring that back knee towards the floor before we come into our passe. So we curtsy and passe. Curtsy and passe. Good work. Eight more here with me. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. From your passe, we're coming back to a curtsy pulse. Pulse, and 2, 3, and 4. Let's see if we can pulse 8 more times. And hold. 8 counts. Big step forward and kick it out. And we're ready to finish on the other side. So you can turn to face the other way. I'm just moving my chair so I can still see you. So we're in first position. Let's bring that arm down. Take a breath. Focusing on your form and doing the number of reps that's right for you. We're going for 16. Outside arm up. Soften the shoulders. And when you're ready, we curtsy and passe. 2, and 3. 12 more. And 6. Now we're going into those pulses. Both arms overhead or hands on the hips. 12 more. 4, and 3, 2, hold it here, or hands on the hips. Last 6 counts. And a nice step forward. Shift those hips. Get a sip of water and move your chair out of the way. We're headed down to the mat. What I'd like you to do is come onto your bottom here before we continue. Bring those feet together. Shift side to side. And if you'd like, we're going to come into a cobbler's pose. So we hinge forward, elbows push the knees down. Nice breath. And back up. Now I'm going to turn around. We're working on some windshield wiper legs and then some crosses with an optional crunch. So we plant the feet and let's slowly lower down to a count of 15, 14, 13, and 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, 2, and down. Hug those knees in. Rocking side to side. plant the feet, reach towards those heels with your fingertips, arms down, palms down. And we're gonna send the right leg up and the foot is flexed. We're opening to where it's comfortable and challenging for you and bringing it back up. We have 16 and 15. Ten more, these build, and 9, 8, and 7. Set that foot down, other leg goes up, foot is flexed, and we open and close for 16. Now keep this other leg nice and strong. We don't want too much movement there. 12 more. This is 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're going to send those legs up and point the feet. Then we want to bring the heels together with a nice turnout here. We're going to open the legs and cross, and open and cross. If you'd like to add some core work here, we're going to reach up and for those toes as we cross, down and up and down and up. You can also keep your head and shoulders on the floor. We have 8 more each side. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lower those feet down, maybe shift the knees side to side. And we're going to do some side leg lifts. So turn to face me, resting on one side. Feet are pointed. And we're starting with some leg lifts, working in 16s, 16 and 15. You've got it. 14 and 13, 12 and 11, from here, we pulse at the top. Pulse, 2, 3, 4. 8 more. Now hold, we flex and point. We have 16 and 15. 8 more. And now we hold. This is our final 16 counts. Maybe a little shaking, listening to your body. We have 12 more counts. And slowly lower down, quickly onto the other side. We want to squeeze as much in as we can today. We lift, and 2, 3, and 4. 8 more. This side maybe are a little more challenging or a lot. 3, 2, and 1. Let's pulse. 2, 3, 4. 8 more. Flex and point for 16 and 15. and 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Hold for our last 16 counts. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finishing strong with our core. We have time for a plank series here. I'm going to set our watch for 1 minute. And what I'd like you to do is come on down to the forearms, or maybe take your high plank. And we have 1 minute to engage that core and work nice and strong. I'll count down for us. 3, 2, and take your plank. We're at 10. And 20. And 30. Knees can come down. A little shift side to side if you need a break. Otherwise, let's power through. You're at 40. And 50. And 1 minute. Let's come into a child's pose or whatever's comfortable for you. Big toes together, knees open, and walk those arms in front. Give yourself enough room for the shoulders to be comfortable. Shifting side to side. Maybe the forearms come down and the forehead rests. Breathe. All of the hard work is over. Walk the hands towards the body, and let's send those legs in front. Flex the feet, move those fleshy bits, and imagine you're holding a book in front as you reach to set it on top of the feet. Maybe grabbing the ball of the feet or the tops of the legs, flexing. And slowly let's open the legs to our wide-legged fold. Point the toes, heels turning in and out, walking forward. Reaching with those fingertips, maybe tenting the fingertips or lowering the forearms down. We'll head over to the right, left arm overhead. Keep that upper arm active, reaching through those fingertips and over to the other side. One more stretch to the center. And then when you're ready, coming up, it may feel nice to take a fire log pose, a figure 4 stretch, or a pigeon. If you're taking your fire log, you'll put one heel on top of the knee and the other knee on top of the heel. Maybe putting a block or your fist here as you hinge forward just slightly. You want to hold this for around 30 seconds on each side. Or for your figure 4, you're slowly lowering back, crossing one heel in front of the knee, lifting the foot, interlacing the fingers behind the thigh. Choosing what stretch is right for you. Maybe your happy baby or legs up. For your final resting pose, I'm going to wrap up our recording to be respectful of your time, but I will be back at 10 o'clock to stream a gentle class for us, and Janine is leading that class in the studio. But thank you so much for joining. Always remember that every day, in every way, you are getting stronger and stronger and better and better. Namaste.